Hello and welcome to this new STEM tutorial. Oh yes, as announced, we wanted to dedicate 2 tutorials to this lounge feature, which I hope you have already seen. It was our pleasure to give a sort of first impressions guide so that we can broadly understand its meaning. In this advanced tutorial, we want to show you how to use the STEM feature with multi-track audio files. Always strictly WAV 16-bit 44.100 stereo. Now, what is meant by multi-track files? We mean files belonging to the same song but divided by type such as rhythm, track, bass, guitar, keyboards, voice, and whatever else you want to bring into the project. Of course, as is the case here, you can prepare your tracks with the content of your choice. If you have seen the previous tutorial, you know that each scene of the STEM can contain up to 5 objects or audio tracks. In the project I have chosen, for ease of use, the single tracks of drum, bass, guitar, and voice are available, considering the possibility, or not, of having a guitarist or singer on gig. And then keyboard strings have been grouped into a single track with some other aspects. As soon as we inspect the audio files, we can immediately realize how we are going to use them. Let's listen briefly to the song to understand which song it is. The song chosen is well known, and I chose it to let you imagine a musical situation where a singer or musician of your choice could hypothetically alternate between sax, guitar, or something else. For this reason, the project will be divided into separate parts, so that we will decide what to use or not for the song in question. Let's start with the preparation of the files. First of all, let's create a folder that will contain the project with the files, the name, and BPM attributes that are mandatory for the project. We will call the folder MJ_82. 82, as already explained in the other tutorial, means the BPM, used by the lounge to correctly interpret the algorithms for transpose and time stretching. To speed up the examples, I have already prepared the files in this audio editor, but as already mentioned, it could be any other software capable of managing multiple tracks at the same time. I have already uploaded the necessary files, which I will now briefly let you listen to.
In this place, it was brighter than tomorrow.
Let's listen to the chorus. Let's listen to the special. Again, to speed up the example, I have already placed the markers where you can identify the various parts that have the section we are going to use ready, such as intro, verse, chorus, and special. These markers represent the beginning and the end of the structure in which we will then save the individual tracks. Obviously, always respecting the same length between them. We start with the rhythm part. Let's copy the file to save, assigning it the name of the drum part, intro drum. We obviously must save it in WAV 16-bit 44.100 stereo. Then the bass. Then the guitar. Same thing for the file containing the keyboard parts. And so on. And finally, the vocal part, the lead.
In your heart, and I know that this love.
We will then do the same thing for the other portions of the song, namely the verse, chorus, and special.
Have a joyful faith.
Then, we save all these files with your name in the folder we created at the beginning of the tutorial. With the same method already presented in the first easy tutorial, connect the launch to the USB port of your computer. Locate the stem folder and then the WAV folder inside it, where we will copy the MJ_82 folder with all its contents using the copy and paste function. Now, we disconnect the launch from the USB connection with the wizard and move on to the stem menu to complete the multitrack project. Now let's create the launch project with the similar method already illustrated in the easy tutorial, but using even more resources. We create the new project and begin to insert files in the boxes of scene A, the intro. With the same method, we compile scenes B, C, and D. Now, let's save the project with its name. Then, let's listen to the result, inserting or excluding the various tracks in order to experience this exciting possibility in practice. Obviously, those who have already become familiar with STEM know that they have 4 scenes available on which they can have fun placing the special, the end, and other parts necessary for their musical project.
Was brighter than tomorrow, and if you really try, you felt there's no need to cry. In this place, you felt
of course,
no
in each section we can control the level and other characteristics.
There are way together if you care enough for the living.
Let's edit the sound with a transposer and time stretching. By the way, we can use time stretching while leaving the rhythm pitch intact with the fixed function. I sincerely hope that by now you understand what innumerable musical possibilities await you using the STEM module. A question you may be asking is, where to find files in this format? Don't worry. KETRON is developing a wonderful library of audio/-1 backing tracks with international and Italian top hits that will be available soon. In addition, the most popular sites for audio and MIDI backing tracks already provide these files separately for a fee. But it is also true that they are available for free on some sites. I will see you at the next tutorial. Good music, everyone!